show you. So it's September 8th. If you look real close on the corner of that box, yeah, you can see where yesterday's water, what's that, 2 inches, maybe 3 at the highest. I even give it 4.
I've seen it up to the top when we got heavy rains. Back
right up to the
full.
So right up to the concrete. Let's see.
And that's how big. That's a big hole there. And
oh yeah, what is that?
Okay.
18 feet across, maybe.
If we walk over here and listen, there's no water running over here.
So right behind Southeast Personnel Services, that's the only drain. We hear no water moving.
No. So we'll walk down through here.
But there's the drain field, and
That's the ditch.
that's the ditch. And you think, hard to say if that's DOT all the way over here.
See, John says it belongs to Duke Energy.
Nope. And there's another, that's about 18 feet. Well, maybe 12. No, I bet 18. All right. This is that ditch. Looking over to
That's actually a ditch.
some homes at Lake Connolly. That's Lake Connolly. This is actually a ditch.
That's a ditch.
It's supposed to be a ditch. Route 19.
Comes on 19.
All of
Down
Route 19's water should be coming through here. We'll be looking at the map to see who's responsible for this. DOT, Haskell County.
I bet that ditch is 8 to 10 feet deep.
Well, it's certainly not doing its job with that kind of vegetation in it. But there's the Publix.
You want to say there's blockage? There's a classic example of why the water's not getting out of the swamp.
The water's not getting out of the swamp is right.
And this is where I saw the maintenance man. He said that's the worst he's ever seen it.
The worst he's ever seen it. That's a quote from Southeast Personnel Leasing. Their maintenance fellows talked to Keith. That's Keith right there, our vice president. And he just routinely walks this route every day. So he's taking me to the place where it comes under the road. That 18-footer, I saw just a little bit earlier, it needs to get out. So this 18-footer that I think is at least 18 feet across is down here by the Gulf Trace sign. So this is an important little stretch of video, Clark, to you. So it comes from under this sign, across the road, down there where Keith is walking now, down this ditch, under the Southeast Personnel Leasing building driveway, the boardwalk, and then that ditch that is not cleared out. And a bunch of grass growing up to the boardwalk along the ditch. Must be a big pipe going in. There's that big puddle of water in Sinorama. Big puddle of water left from yesterday's rain.
It's draining out of the over in our lake.
Yeah.
It's draining over to the Anclote River or wherever. So what's happening? This water will flow back into the swamp because it's lower than here. And when I came here that day after a heavy rain, this water was flowing that way.
This water was flowing back to the east.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's it's 5 and 9 in the morning, but there's the pipe with the pack. That's huge. can't see it real well. I don't know if I can get there without falling in the water. Well, there's Keith. I can easily lay across that pipe. That's 7 foot in diameter. I could lay in that. 6 or 7 feet, and it got to be that tall.
It's full.
So all the water from a big rainstorm into our swamp over to here.
That drain back there, that's where it floods when you get a heavy rain.
Like you were saying that time when they couldn't get to their cars in this parking lot right here.
Back in the back.
So it's not really the ditch as much. If that pipe stays that big and goes all the way down.
No, this just goes under the road.
Just this parking lot? This.
That's a 7-foot pipe.
Yeah, I'm saying that there's the Gulf Trace Boulevard's next signal sign, and that's where the 7 or 8 foot pipe comes under 19 over here to where we were just at the last clip, under the driveway and out into this. The ditch just runs under the boardwalk. But that's what I hope you get the sense of how much grass there's. I'm talking to the machine here, Keith. But that 6 or 7 foot pipe from over there under this driveway, and then here's what it hits.
You can't even see it.
So that's full circle. We got a light change. That's a good thing. So we got probably an 8 foot pipe here. I mean, 8, a good 8. 7 or 8 comes from under the swamp that's behind Tanglewood. There's the power lines. It's Duke Energy power lines, but it is clearly over Pasco County land, and these ditches are just atrocious. You know, going back to the one underneath, or it goes from Southeast Personnel and back down a drain into Lake Connolly, and I think that drain into Lake Connolly looks painfully small. I don't think that's taking as much water as we need it to take.
Well, Lake Connolly is probably way bigger than our 3 or 4 ponds.
So a little spur travel, southeast employment, big 8 foot pipe under the road, something for the surface. Comes across to that surface drain, this surface drain, and then back there's Lake Connolly. Good look at Lake Connolly. It gets a lot of voice traffic. We talk about it a lot. My suspicion, Keith, is somewhere back in here, in this couple palms. Yep, somewhere where it's grown up and they're not cleaning, but I bet that pipe comes in here and it's supposed to be clean, and it is not. We're told Lake Connolly rises and falls with the tide, so somehow it's connected to the Gulf. Yeah, look at there. They could take a little water in here, Keith.
Yep.
And we are right behind Aldi now. Aldi supermarket. Yeah, this is our little chunk of paradise. You can see the power lines in the distance, kind of under 19, down in front of Southeast Employment. Then there's this one critical ditch. It's full of trees, 6-7 foot tall, under the driveway that goes to Wellington Park. Big pipe. It's got to come in here. That needs to be cleaned out. That's just in summary, on my walk home from Lake Connolly now, it was our ultimate destination on this video trip. Lake Connolly's up over behind that Shell station. Southeast Personnel Leasing. Wellington Park, beautiful new condos, late model. Some of their water runoff going into Lake Connolly. And Lake Connolly, as you've seen in previous frames, the outlet of that pipe, this pipe, easily 18 feet mouth on it. I'm not sure how deep, but I have to assume because of the pipe that comes out on the other side, a 6 foot long oval or just a 6 foot circle. Here's our swamp behind our house, the power lines heading toward Tanglewood, but this is the culprit. Water not getting through. Grassy ditch. Then down Southeast Personnel, between the Shell station and Southeast Personnel, there's a drainage ditch that has got trees growing in it that are 7 feet tall. The water's not moving. I had to turn this over to our parks lawyers because it's just... And Lake Connolly, ultimate destination. Plenty of room in there for a little more water. It's just not getting there. So here's our outlet from the Tanglewood Swamp on down to power line. This is what drains our whole area behind Sunray Elementary School.